You're probably wondering, why are we standing here in front of this company called Stinger? Well, Stinger is the place where we store the material that was supposed to build the wall on the U.S. southern border. Now, the Trump administration had this wall working, and it was doing pretty good. You know, it wasn't perfect, but it did do its job. And then the current administration that came in halted it. So therefore, all the materials were picked up off the southern border and they were hauled right over here. So what we're going to show you, whether you agree with the wall being up or don't agree with the wall being up, you know, I'm not here to get into your politics. I just wanted to show you that the materials that were purchased with taxpayers' money and what's happening to them. How I learned about this is we had a gentleman by the name of Scott Neely, who is one of the candidates for the 2022 Arizona governor's race. And he also was a contractor that worked on the border. So, and as he explained, is we sent several semi-trucks down to the border to pick this up and bring it up here to Coolidge, which is approximately around an hour south from here. We did a video about 2 years ago about Trump's wall and the taxpayers' money. And you can see in the past what I went ahead and droned. Today, Joe Biden has sold out all this material for $105. Okay? Now, when you sell out material for $105, put in the trucking costs, put in the labor costs, put in the auction price. Joe Biden needs to be in jail. Now this is really cool. Our first stop is going to be the Nikola electric semi-truck manufacturing plant. We've talked to some people and they're saying they're getting about 300 miles to a charge on the battery in a semi-truck. So I mean, that's really good. So think about it. I mean, it's not as green as what we're driving right here, but you know, but this is more fun. And another thing, they're closed today, but we're going to put the eye in the sky. Well, we're being kicked out. The security's kicking us out, and I guess just our kind isn't wanted here. About 2 years ago, we did a video of Nikola. Now, it's not Nikola, it's actually Nikola, like Nikola Tesla, with no relation to Elon Musk's company, Tesla. Now, I did have the fortune, or the so poor, I worked for him for a little while, and I'm not a disgruntled employee at all. But I worked for him around 3-4 months, and what I did was discover the ecological nightmare that comes with these electric and hydrogen trucks. So right over here, we're going to drone is what they call the racetrack. And you'll see all the junk trucks, the ones that burn up and stuff. So give me a little bit of history about Nikola. All right, it was originally started by Trevor Milton, who is basically facing prison, or is probably in prison, because he said his hydrogen electric truck would run. Well, they basically put it on a hill and rolled it down on a video, down the hill, not running. Then they found out he was a fraud. So the company rebounded from that. And then what happened was the stocks went up, but then they came back down. And the company did what they call a reverse stock split. Okay, which means that you had like 30 shares, you went down to like 1 share for every 30. Okay, and then to keep on the NASDAQ, because when you fall below $1 on the NASDAQ for over 30 days. So to save their bacon was what they did, is they did a reverse stock. So sorry, I'm not a businessman, I'm just telling you the facts the best I know. Now, the company's an ecological nightmare. Reason being is that they thought they wanted it all, okay? In other words, they bought into a company called Romeo Batteries, all right? So they bought the company out in Compton, California. And what they did was they went ahead and iced out a company called Volvo. We all are very familiar how big Volvo is. So what happened then was Romeo went bankrupt because their batteries kept catching fire. So thousands of these batteries just laying all over the desert out here. I mean, we're going green electric, but it's an ecological nightmare because it's laying on the ground. Now, when a electric semi-truck catches on fire, because they have 9 batteries in them, the fire department can't help you. You basically have to get a front end loader out there to pour dirt on it. Okay, and then on top of that, the fire burns like nothing you've ever seen before. So with that being said, we keep going. Their trucks did burn down some warehouses and stuff like that. So working with them, though, it's a little bit of an uptight company. It was a very good experience, though, working with them. But the problem is that they're not American-friendly trucks. They're cheap. You know, I mean, they're basically trucks built for well, first off, they're cab overs. They're built for a showroom, or like corporate CEOs and salespeople who do not have any idea about driving a semi-truck. Now, I do. And it's a very clumsy truck. I can definitely see somebody getting hurt on them when you're climbing in and out of them, because the steps are on the inside. They're not like the older cab overs where the steps are on the outside for safety. When you're driving them down the road, basically what you're going to see is you have a big screen, like a big 10, 12-inch screen. You have no knobs. So if you want to adjust your air conditioning or whatever, you have to go into the climate mode, put it at 60, 70, and you're taking your eyes off the road. Another thing they use like off-brand fifth wheels that they have a problem with. Now, in the back of this truck is what they call inverters for the electricity. All right, you know, so I mean, and you know, if you somehow hit the trailer on these things, you cause major damage to the truck, which is ridiculous to me why we do this. Another thing that I noticed is they have these orange cables that run all through it, and they warn you, do not by any means, you know, if you see those cables, do not step on them. But the catwalk is made out of aluminum, and it's just right there close to it. So, excuse me, folks. So, I mean, wouldn't it be more smarter to make it out of carbon fiber? I don't know. They're very heavy trucks. Now, supposedly they do have an exemption from the government to go to 82,000 pounds. But it definitely makes up for that's nothing, because the payload on the thing, the truck being so heavy, a normal truck maybe would weigh, with a trailer, 29,000 a flatbed I'm taking, or a van with maybe weigh between 29,000 to 32,000 pounds, lightweight. These things are coming across the scale at around 38 to 40,000 pounds. I've seen the weight tickets and I've taken them up to the cat scales and seen. The biggest thing is the battery life is not very good on them. All right, I mean, you go and yeah, they go ahead and church up the data by having us run around in bobtails and stuff. And once you throw a load on them, honestly, about 150 miles is what you're going to get out of it, truthfully. And then you're looking at about, depending on the charger, between 175 kilowatts to 214, looking at it probably around a 6 hour charge. Now, we're going to start showing you, though, there is some other vehicles with a drone that we're going to show you the racetrack. And then also we're going to show you how all these other trucks, they've been having very bad sales, how all these trucks have been sitting here out in the desert loaded with with pack rats and stuff, and they can't sell them. And well, maybe to idiots like California and other places, but I don't mean to be really bad on it, but I mean, I'm a truck driver, and it's just a very uncomfortable view of seeing, well, it's not a real truck. It will not do the job that what you need to do. Thank you. Hope you enjoy. Okay, now this whole go green thing and stuff like that with Nikola, no, that's not really true. See, a lot of their trucks are charged by battery chargers. And then the hydrogen trucks, well, that's a whole different video for another time. But basically it takes around 5-6 hours to fill with the portable hydrogens to fill a truck. Now, on top of that, most of their electric chargers don't even work. And they use what they call these big Caterpillar diesel engines, like we see at the carnival or the fair or so, that powers everything. So you're running a large diesel engine for 5-6 hours to charge an electric truck to go 150 miles. Do I think that that electric trucks are the history or the future of our country? They probably are. And but for the most part, though, it's not with this company. I would look more into a Tesla that's a little more driver friendly. Like I said before, these trucks are just made for showrooms and truck shows. How pretty they are, but they're not. Take it from a truck driver, they are not truck driving practical at all. I mean, first off, they don't drive like normal trucks, and it's strange. But that's what I got for you. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you. See you on the next video, and thank you.